everybody, Glenn here, and I am back. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but those of you that have been following my social media know that I've been out of commission a bit. So I am back, ready to get going again, 100% for the most part, ready to get back to work. I've got a lot of exciting new things coming up. I'm saving my big announcement for a couple more weeks, put that off a little bit, but it's huge. It's really going to affect everything about the channel and videos and what I'm doing in the future. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be in a couple of weeks. But until then, it's time to get caught up. I've got a lot of things to go over and just a couple of days to do it. So you're going to see a lot of videos coming up. Normally I only do one a day. That's kind of my goal, but you're going to see 2, maybe even 3 in a single day coming up in the next couple of days. So we're going to start with Pop in a Box. This one is a long time coming. I think I mentioned before that I was having some struggles with shipping. And what happened this time around with Pop in a Box, now they've been pretty good for me lately. I know a lot of people have kind of been on the fence with Pop in a Box, but they've been pretty good for me until this particular month. I've got my normal 3 pop subscription, and what happened was I got these 2 pops pretty quickly. You know, in the normal time frame that I normally get pops, I got 2. Well, then a week goes by, then 2 weeks go by, and I still don't have my 3rd. You know, sometimes they ship separately, and I've gotten them within days of each other, fine. But we're going on 2-3 weeks. So I check my account, and that 3rd pop is sitting there waiting to be stocked in their warehouse or whatever. Well, that's the first thing that raised my ire, because my understanding is when it's time for them to send you pops, if they have 3 pops on your list, they send 3 pops on your list. They're not waiting and waiting and waiting for 1 pop to show up. So I got a hold of Pop in a Box, and they basically said, yeah, we're still waiting for that 3rd pop to show up. We can either ship you a different one off your list, or you can just keep waiting. Well, why don't you send me another one on my list? This one on my list is the same as this one on my list. So let's get all 3 of my pops out quickly by getting me another one. So they did that. I got the 3rd one. I opened it up. It was a single. I wanted to make sure they weren't sending me something that I already had or anything like that. So not a surprise, that one. These 2 still are, but just kind of some weirdness going on. And still, that 3rd pop that never got sent to me, that was awaiting stocking, is still sitting in my cart. So I don't know what's going on there. So let's go ahead and open up this 2-for box. Now my list has gotten kind of small on Pop in a Box. I'm really doing my best to whittle it down to only pops that I really, really like, or one from the big 3. So I've whittled it down to Marvel, Star Wars, and DC. So we'll see what we've got here. Alright, first thing I generally look at is the packing. This one thing I like about Pop in a Box, and I mentioned this before, is how thick their boxes are. They got really sturdy boxes, really thick walls, so it doesn't matter that much what packing materials they put in, because the box, I've never had a problem with boxes and being crushed or anything like that. So in this case, we've got just a single thing of bubble wrap. Alright, so let's start with something from the movies. We've got from Pirates of the Caribbean, Elizabeth Swann. So the way they did this new set of Pirates of the Caribbean, you can see it on the back, number 175, but the other 3, is that they're basically doing pops from the series. So they're not doing pops from the first movie or the last movie, it's from the memorable ones from the series. So this Elizabeth Swann pirate getup is from what, number 2 or 3 of the series? Not the latest one, but you can see again the other 3 there, including Barbossa, Davy Jones, and Captain Jack. This is again a newer series. There's an older Captain Jack Sparrow from the Disney line that came out years ago. This is kind of a newer, more updated version. Alright, let's check her out, see how she looks. Okie dokie, fairly simple pop. This pop is all in the outfit, right? The hat, her stance with her little sword there looks pretty cool. Her outfit in general Let's look at the back. I like what they did with her hair. Looks pretty good. Very, very detailed. I like the sassy pose there. Looks cool. And the reason I left this on my list too is because I'm also leaving things that series that I like that are small. So this is only 4 pops in this series. It's not one of the big 8, 10 pop series that are a struggle to finish. This one is actually, in a practical sense, you can finish it. So in addition to the Marvel, DC, and Star Wars collections, I'm also getting stuff that's in sets that I can build pretty easily, and this is one of them. So there she is, Elizabeth Swann. Second one is from Marvel. This is from fairly recent Marvel series. This is the Marvel comic book. Kind of, they went retro a little bit. This is Doc Ock, Dr. Octopus, number 150. You can see him in there, and you can see the other ones in this particular series. They're all comic book oriented. So for a while, Marvel's been going heavy on the movies. They had a collection of the 90s X-Men a little while back. This kind of continues in that same vein. What I like about this series is how colorful everything is. Very comic book traditional figures that they hadn't put out in a while. So let's check them out. Alright, Doc Ock. Now, as with all the Marvel Pops, this is a bobble. And this one bobble's pretty good, but it's not overly done. Sometimes they can mess up the heads, but this is good proportionally to the body. Love obviously his arms coming out there, coming out the back. Again, you can see how bright the green is, how bright the orange is. Very colorful, very comic book oriented. You see his bowl cut there. One thing I'm noticing that I'm not digging too much is right up here seems to be a bit of a nick, a flaw, where some black got into the silvery part of his glasses. I don't like that very much because it's very noticeable. So kind of a quality control screw up there. That doesn't throw me too much. I guess from a distance you don't really notice it, but if you're looking at it up close, definite flaw there that I'm not too pleased with. Other than that, a nice pop. Again, very colorful, very true to the comics. I like this series because they really stand out when you're displaying them. The movie ones, you know, they can be kind of dark. They're more realistic, right? These comic book ones are definitely brighter and more colorful. So there's Doc Ock, number 2. Now the third one, I already knew what it was. And the third one I'm going to keep in the box. And why am I going to keep it in the box? Is because I'm going to give it away. So this will be our giveaway for this video. And it is Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead from TV. This is Pop Television number 395. Now there was an Ash figure before, and you can see the 4 in the set. Ash vs. Evil Dead. So there was an Ash in the past, and I just happen to have it right here. This is the original Ash. This is Ash from the movies, from the Evil Dead movies, so you can see very different. It's hard to tell with them outside the box, but very different pop. This not only kind of tells you the progression of evolution of Ash, but also the evolution of pops in general. You can kind of see this very traditional pop from years past where it's short, kind of stubby. This one is a little leaner, a little taller, right? More proportional, again, to the body. This is very blocky, very square. This one, not so much. So it's funny, they have the same weapons. They're essentially the same character. They're the same character, just this one is older. You can kind of see there's gray in the temples there. Some nice little touches there because he's older, right, compared to this one. So this number 395, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Ash, I'm giving this one away. If you would like this pop figure, simply put a like on this video and leave a comment down below about what you think about Pop in a Box. I've gotten a lot of comments in the past about people's experiences. To me, this is still, Pop in a Box is still worthwhile to subscribe to. Yeah, they've had some issues both with shipping and customer service, but the fact that these pops are relatively cheap, shipping is inexpensive. If some people are getting shipping for free, shipping is only $4.99. It's pretty cheap to get 3 or 4 or 5 pops. You're going to get pops that you don't have in general, and you're going to get pops that you want if you do it right on the list. So taking all that into consideration, to me, it's still worthwhile to do Pop in a Box. They have some humps to get over still, and they have some hiccups every once in a while. But I really enjoy getting my Pop in a Box. It's one of the things that I look forward to every month. So, how do you feel about Pop in a Box? Put a comment down there, throw us a like, and you'll be eligible for this Ash versus Evil Dead pop figure. So, that's it for Pop in a Box. As always, hit us up on social media, and I've got some really fun things coming up. I'm going to be updating social media a lot more, so it's going to be more of a, posting a lot of pop culture, geeky stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the channel. Instagram as well, so I'll be doing a lot of fun stuff there. Part of my huge announcement in a couple weeks is the fact that I have more time for the middle-aged kids, so we'll talk about that. I've got 4 or 5 boxes still to go from August, and we're into September, so I've got a lot of work to do, got some catching up to do, but we'll get there. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.